What's going on, YouTube family?
Hello.
Mine's Life Coaching here.
Hello.
Hey, so we are concluding our Frozen vlog.
Yes. So we went and seen the movie yesterday, and we liked it. We enjoyed it. Matthew, what did you think about the movie?
It was hard. It was good, but the other parts, like the sword fighting. I remember the sword fighting part.
I remember that.
And like the bridge, the dam. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but they were throwing the boulders. Yeah. Remember that?
And like and
So those were your favorite parts.
And
huh?
Olaf
No.
singing. I know you like Olaf
singing.
singing.
He had a good song break in there.
Yeah, Olaf was.
I didn't like the sword fights.
Okay.
Yeah,
And we didn't like the part where Olaf
died.
vaporized, much like
In
the
the-
Avengers vaporized in
Yeah.
Infinity War. It was Disney. What are you doing?
Mhm.
You know, all the superheroes, all our favorite characters. What are you doing?
Right.
They're just they're like vaporizing and killing them.
All right.
Those
So
are
we're
the
gonna
two.
get into 5 coachable moments from Frozen.
Yes.
Yes.
5 coachable moments.
Hey, hang
Yes.
tight.
Accent made this. How can you fix your marriage? You embarrassed, they be laughing at all them broken promises and flowers. Don't be passion back. You can get this course for no divorce, so just imagine that. 12 weeks of Maya's life will save you from the avalanche. How can you fix your marriage? You can fix your marriage. How can you fix your marriage? How can you fix your marriage? 12 weeks of Maya's life, we can fix your marriage. 12 weeks of Maya's life, how can you fix your marriage? 12 weeks of Maya's life, help you fix your marriage. 12 weeks of Maya's life, help you fix your marriage. You can fix your marriage. You can fix your marriage. 12 weeks of Maya's life, you can fix your marriage.
All right, Mine's Life Coaching back, and we're back with coachable moments from the Frozen 2 movie.
Yes. So the first point we want to make is that, they had to resolve old pains from the past.
Yes.
So that was huge.
Yes. Old decisions that was made that actually impacted the future. You know?
And this was generational things. So things that went back to their grandparents, their parents' decisions. Now they had to deal with it.
Certain things that their grandparents didn't really realize at the time that decision would hurt and harm the people in the future. They didn't realize that. So now they were forced to deal with these issues or these decisions that was made in the past to move forward, to be able to move forward.
And it was huge, like how deep they had to go with that. But definitely, we're in a time now where a lot of old things are resurfacing into our daily, everyday, present moments. And just think, there may be things that you need to resolve, things that generationally have been in your family for years that need to be resolved, fixed, worked through.
Things that we hadn't addressed, maybe things that we've suppressed, maybe things that we've forgotten about, that we feel like we have made an impact and moved forward, but really we just suppressed it, and now it's coming back, so it can be addressed, so we can start healing from it.
And I remember coming up as a youth, all the generational curses, and I would hear it in church
all the time.
A generational curse of poverty, and generational curse of bad health, diabetes, hypertension, all these things,
alcoholism,
drug use, all these things. So if in your moment you're feeling like, man, this stuff has been fighting generation after generation, and now I'm dealing with it, well, now is the time. And the movie really highlighted that very well.
Yeah, it's time to break the cycle. Time to break the cycle. And something eventually, when you get to that point, calls out to you. And then in the movie, it was this voice calling out. And then she had to follow this voice.
Into the unknown.
Into the unknown.
Yeah.
A lot of times we have to face things that we're kind of afraid of.
So don't fear. Jump in with love. And know that it's for your greater good and for the refinement of your soul. So whatever you're holding on to from the past, maybe from your family's past and history, it's time to work through it.
If it keeps resurfacing and resurfacing, it's time to start working through it and healing from it.
All right, so number 2.
Dose, baby.
Yeah, the second coachable moment was stop hyper focusing on everyone else. Okay?
Right.
So Elsa and Anna, their relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Anna was hyper focused on Elsa and
Yes.
protecting Elsa and keeping her safe and keeping everyone together.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, she neglected Kristoff.
She did. She
Mm-hmm,
did.
mm-hmm.
You know, because basically she knew that he was there. She knew that he loved her and she loved him, but she was just not really focused on him at that time. She felt like her attention was needed elsewhere because it was she was trying to make sure that relationship was strong. Right. And of course that other relationship was he kind of felt left out. And you know, some scenes and things like that are left out of her life in certain ways.
Right, right. So yeah, that became a major challenge throughout the movie because it was like she was chasing behind her the whole movie, trying to get her to do what she thought she needed to do, trying to control. And we deal with this all the time with our couples. There's always one that wants to control and dictate the whole process. And in doing that, you're preventing the process from unfolding and taking a natural form and resolving and healing and helping. So sometimes you just have to surrender, let go, and let it be and be present in that moment.
Now, Kristoff, he did the right thing, though, because he always said, you know what, no, I'm going to continue to pursue her. I'm going to continue to follow her. I'm going to continue to protect her. I'm going to be there for her. You know, some people, they may feel like one person is putting too much emphasis on another person, and then they may pull away from that person and feel like, oh, you know, woe was me, or get sad or get upset.
Get an attitude,
withdraw love,
fuss,
all
fight.
those things. So, but he decided, no, I'm going to continue because he knew why she was pursuing that. She wanted to help her sister. She wanted to protect her sister. So he was pursuing to be there for her if she needed help as well, because he loved both of them as well.
So yeah, this movie had a pretty adult plot line in a lot of ways.
And all Disney movies have something for the adults and for the children, you know, as far as storyline, plot line, and things like that. Also deeper messages. Because it's all about feelings, thoughts, emotions.
Yep. So then, number 3, third coachable moment.
Number 3, baby.
All right. So you are the fifth element. Do you remember that movie with Chris Tucker? And they said the fifth element is love. It's the same theme. It really is. Like, we don't want to spoil the movie if you haven't seen it, but we are the fifth element. And it was a lot of elemental things going on with air, fire, water, earth. So all of that was kind of playing throughout the whole theme of the movie. And just know that, you know, the love you have for you, knowing who you are, trusting who you are, and knowing that you are powerful.
Yeah, following your heart. Also listening, going within, listening to those still voices, listening to that voice that's guiding you. You know, those things were very big as well, because if she wasn't, you know, successful to it, or she wasn't open to hearing those voices or listening to those voices, then she would have never been on pursuit of that happiness or pursuit of, you know, righting that wrong that was done way back then. You know, because things were looking bad in the kingdom.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, you are that element. You have everything you need within you. Whatever it is you're fighting or struggling with, you can overcome it. You don't need anyone. You need you first and foremost. Yes, we can get supports, and that's why we coach and we do what we do. But ultimately, the true work comes from within you.
You have to look within, and when you look within, you will hear that spirit, that voice that's talking to you, that's telling you, you know what? This is what we need to correct. This is what we need to do. This is how we need to move forward. This is how we're supposed to receive love. This is how we're going to give love in the future. This is who we're going to connect with, who we're going to communicate with. All of those things, your life is laid out for you.
So, fourth coachable moment. We're moving right along here. So this is big. Fight fire with love.
Yes.
Not fire.
Well, if you fight fire with fire, what you get? You get more fire.
Exactly.
More fire. You know, you get more fire. But if you say, you know what, I'm going to give love to it, and sometimes it may be hard to give love because your ego may want to fight that fire with fire, because that's the other side of the ego wanting to fight with another ego. You know, so you don't give it that. You don't feed that negative side. You give it positive. You give it love. You know, that's the opposite. That's the opposite.
Let gotta put that positive in there.
Yes, let that positive overshine. You know, to let your light shine bright, vibrate high on those negative feelings, negative emotions, because they only pull you down. They only make you sad. They only make you hurt. They only pull you in pain.
And in that scene in the movie, Elsa was fighting this fire spirit with fear. So she was fearful that it was going to destroy the forest. So she continued to use her powers to freeze and to create water to put out this fire. So she was doing that until she stopped and approached the spirit in love.
And then when she found out, then guess what the spirit wanted? Love. Because it was scared too.
It was scared too.
So,
and we see it all the time with our couples.
All the time.
If I just make him do this or make her do this, and if I fuss and if I stay on his case, then I'll get the results I want to see. If I, withdraw and give him an ultimatum, then he has to do X, Y, and Z because I want him to, and he needs to make things better, and he needs to see the wrong in his actions or her actions. And we hear that all the time.
It's just
and fire, more fire, tit for tat, going back and forth. Well, they didn't pick me up, so I'm not going to pick them up. They didn't take out the trash. I'm not going to take out the trash. I'm going to take this back because they did this. And it's silly.
All these things, and it's just a beer for affection. You're angry and frustrated and mad over something that you just don't know how to ask for.
Right. And you're functioning out of fear. You want to protect yourself. You feel there's a threat. So you want, I'm going to put more fire on it. But no, you got to fight it with love.
Got to fight it with
love.
love.
So thank you, Elsa, for that big coachable moment in that. Yeah. And then 5, diving deep to 5 answers. Shout out to Infinite Waters.
Shout out Infinite Waters.
Diving deep. Okay. So
we love Infinite Waters.
We do. So Elsa, she had to kind of surrender and dive to find out the answers to the history of her family that kind of thematically caused all the drama that the movie was about, right? So she had to dive into like this pit and she froze. She essentially died for a moment almost there. Yeah. We're not going to tell you the rest.
She went too deep.
She went too deep. But she knew she had to go deep to get the answers. But she kept following, going deep. So she surrendered in that.
It's symbolic. If you really think about vibration and things like that, we do a lot of vibration and therapy and let people, with chakras and things like that. So as far as when you actually think about going deep, vibrating high in this dense world, that was definitely symbolic. She was in a high density, and that high density caused her to freeze. So in that high density, the lighter she got, the more she vibrated high and the more freedom she had, so it was just being out of that density. And density is pain, frustration, fear, all anger, fighting fire with fire,
anxiety,
all that. It's just kind of pulling you down into a place of being stuck.
And let me just break down anxiety, depression really, really quickly. So if you think about it on like a balance beam or a scale, we teeter between being anxious and depressed. So anxiety is like when we're worried about what's going to happen in our future, and depression is when we're worrying about what happened in our past. So very easily when you're kind of fluctuating in that place from I'm angry and now I feel really bad, you're teetering on that balance beam of anxiety and depression. And a lot of people stay there their whole lives, not knowing how to pull themselves out of that place so that they can find love, peace, acceptance to life and joy, So if you're on that scale, reach out, get support, calls.
How they justify it is, that's just life's ups and downs. I'm supposed to feel good, I'm supposed to feel bad. I'm supposed to feel good, I'm supposed to feel bad. It's finding that balance. When you find that balance, then you realize life is worth living.
It is. And we're human, we're kind of in this reality, but ultimately you got to find that balance for yourself and find that place where you could step outside of it, so to speak, and just watch it happening. Like, I see what's happening here.
Enjoy your life.
I'm going to go back to the things that make me feel good because I see what's happening here.
Be empowered.
So, yeah, we got a lot out of Frozen.
We did.
Yes.
We did. We always looking for coachable moments.
Yes. So, that's what this channel is about. We want to share our lives with you and share the experiences we have as coachable so that we can help empower you.
Yes. And you have any questions or comments or anything like that, please comment below. Let us know what you think. If you saw the movie, give us your take on the movie. Let us know what your comments are. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the like button. Just become a member of the family because we love you and we thank y'all for watching.
Yes. We have tons of resources. We have courses. We have individual coaching, couples coaching, family coaching sessions, anger management program that is great. So if any of that resonates with you, reach out.
Yes.
All right. Myers Life.
Myers Life.
Woohoo.